What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of In the Blender. This next guest was my third guest. I started this. This is season 3. A couple of years ago, Larry K was a producer, and this guy was the third guest in season 1. He couldn't make it last year, so I'm hoping that this. I was hoping that he could make it this year. He can. We're going to talk about the up and coming season. We're going to talk everything Miami as well, Carroll City and Miami Gardens, all that region. So sit back, relax. I got my cigar. I got me a glass of wine, stemless glass. And yeah, man, when we come back, we'll be talking to the one, the only, my man, Cat for Life. So stick around. We'll be right back. Yeah, yo.
Shake, 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 yeah, shake, 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 shake. Shake money in the place. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Is you a fan or a troll? Are you trying to wish us good? Trying to take control, bringing problems to the hood. What takes your soul? Miami Dolphins bring the wood. Super Bowl is the goal. Tyreek Hill. I'm trying to kick it with Shake. You gotta be a real fan. No pretenders and fakes. We're gonna open up the line. Come correct with your taste. If you step into us blind, we're gonna show you the way. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Miami plays, Miami days in the blender was shaking his friends. We're gonna talk about the fans again. Never want the season to end. Mix it up a little with gin. And I remember when I knew that the Dolphins would win. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Let's go. I never want the season to end. Never mix it up a little with gin. That's right. Pass it off to one of my friends. Yeah, rockin' with Shake, rockin' with Shake. Larry K, what up? Phin-Addicts. TFTG, the tailgate. Miami Dolphins, baby. What up, Lou? Shake money. Crypto. Check it. Me? God bless y'all. Miami Dolphins #1. And we out. Miami Dolphins football, the greatest football team. We push the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. Respect us.
So anyway, like I was saying, man, we got the man of the hour, Cat for Life. But before we do, I just want to say,
Morning, Your Majesty. It is another beautiful day in Zamunda.
like I said, he was the third guest, and I'm always going to be grateful that he. I was starting off, and he's like, you know what, I'll help you out, and he helped me get in the blender off the ground. I had so many amazing guests, and it all started with this man right here, Cat for Life, and he's on camera. So if anybody wants to say, "Oh, I don't know what he looks like," well, here we go, man. Cat for Life, what's going on, brother?
Hello.
What's going on, man?
What's good, man? What's good, everybody? What's good, child? What's good, the world? Hello.
Yes. We have the Cosa Nostros in the building. Scott
Yes,
Jackson
yes.
is in the building. Raphael
Yes.
Courtwright is in the building.
Yes.
Michael K
Yes.
is in the building. He
Yes,
wants to know
yes,
about the.
yes.
We'll talk about the newfound culture that you're talking about. Ask him about the Dolphins' newfound culture, and then he's going at it with Cosa Nostra in the. But hey, man, listen, it's all good. So what's going on, man? How are you this fine day, bro?
Man, can't complain. Woke up and breathing, man. Just grateful to be above ground. You know, it's a good thing, you know, regardless of the indifferences we have in this world, man. We always have these platforms, man. So, you know, shout out to you, man, for doing this, man, consistently, man. That's one thing throughout the ups and downs. You've been consistent, bro. So shout out to you, man.
Yeah, man. And you know what, man? Listen, I remember we were talking about YouTube. I watched it today. We were talking the first time you were on. We were talking about YouTube shows, and it's funny, man. Look, some of them they're just go away, and and because they find better. Like for instance, Larry L is going to be a channel that's always going to be remembered. Clock Blockers is going to be another channel that's gone, but it's always never going to be forgotten. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah,
Then of
man.
course
It's
you got these the new shows which I see you're part of with what's his name, Bobby and Steve Malloy is coming up. Big C with the Fins Posse, you know, Miss
yeah. You
Fins,
got
yeah, Miss
yeah.
Fins, and I mean, this is a big community that's I think it's getting bigger and bigger, and they still have your OGs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's been a good thing to see, man. I mean, regardless of people that we've known that, you know, we don't see that often that much, but for every person that has their their voyage, man, it's good to see one or two crop out from out the blue, man, and start making noise, man. So it's a good thing to see in the off season, especially when we're dying for some Dolphin
Mhm.
intel, and it's just good to see,
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I remember back in the day, man, in Carol City. Remember Carol City, man? How underdeveloped it was, and we were talking about the dunes, the sand dunes, where it was nothing but sand dunes. I think the stadium was the only thing that was there when it was first built. There was no
man.
Denny's, there was no Walmart, there was nothing.
Yeah, man. It was just pretty much, that me and my family usually used to be around Honey Hill, so around there it was just in and out. But to see university, and the way it is, it's just it's starting to become like a little a suburbia for what it is, but at the same time you got its pockets of reality. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, and
it's
what's
got
funny is,
it's up and downs.
yeah, because I remember Wynwood, that was a place where you didn't want to. You wouldn't want to drive if you didn't, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't know anybody there, you wouldn't want to go there. And now it's like the art district.
Yeah, what is it? Midtown.
Midtown.
Yeah, but
Why the air stations?
it's like Miami Gardens. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get used to it. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is, man.
Oh,
It's just
it's no longer Alapata.
I'm not too sure. I haven't been around there or Brown Sub in a while, bro. Man, I haven't been around Jackson since 2001, 2002, man. And that was a while back. But everybody pretty much left, man. Now it's I don't know. I think for the most part, man, it's just a a a, a high rise pop up here and there, but for the most part, it's normal.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah, man.
what do you think of the off season? And let's talk about this culture real quick. What do you think of the what does he mean
Oh,
by the
the
culture?
infamous culture word. I mean, look, man. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, man. And that's the one thing that we need now moving forward, man, is for us to be honest with each other, man. And it's just like if you embrace the Miami life, bro, the Heat instilled culture. Man, they got what? 3 rings. They've been to the finals like 5 times. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention the college, winning 5 championships. The Marlins doing their part. What we saw this past week with that hockey team instilling a culture in Sunrise, it's,
Mm-hmm.
I know you and me, man, we grew up right across the stadium, man, and we only know, aqua and barely orange, bro. And it's like we want it to
Yeah,
be what we want, but the reality that we know right now, we're not even sniffing championship level right now. Not even to the point of, getting some type of like acknowledgement, like a ring or a trophy. Like, let's just
yeah.
be like, we have to go with what we got. And I'm like to the point, bro, where I hear people talking about tanking, and I hate to hear that shit, man. And pardon my French, man, but come on,
No, no,
man.
no.
It's
You
like
good, bro?
it's like, you know, I get it, man. I get it. But sometimes stories are built not the way that we want. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, no, we're going to make a run, but let them have a chance before we bury them, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know? And I got my issues with the quarterback, but I'm willing to put it to the side, bro, to wish that man nothing but success this year, because we're going to need it.
Yeah,
We're going to need it. Oh, we're going to need it. So it's just, man, just give us a shot, man. And that's one thing Terrell Armstead, I heard him one time, bro, on his way out the door. And that's why I knew he was going to come back in some form of capacity with the organization. He was like, bro, just give us a shot, man. And when I seen that face, I was like, bro, why is that dude trying to say that? He's on the way out the door, bro. So, you know, he wants to see success, man. A lot of people want to see success. I'm one of them, bro. It's just, you know, sometimes our patience run thin, but man, it's like, at this point, it just feels like a tease. And I just feel like we got to push forward, man, regardless of what we're hearing now in the offseason. We got good draft capital. You know, the picks that we got should help. You know, so I'm with Zach Thomas, bro. It's like we can't go anymore, but we can't go any more down. The only way we can go is up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how you have to look at it. You know what I'm saying? There's nowhere to go but up at this point, right?
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like, for instance, if a Dolphin player was to walk around, let's say Aventura Mall or whatever, a backup player, like, say, you know, a lot of people would probably recognize who he is. But if a starting Panther player was walking on that same mall, probably there'll be less people that know who he was, unless you're a diehard hockey fan. You know what I'm saying? The average person living in Miami, like, who the hell is that white dude? You know, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
you know?
man. It's man, when I seen those guys lifting up that Stanley Trophy, man, I was like, man, I want that for us, man. I want that.
Yeah, we all do, man. What'd you think of the draft pick?
I like it, man. Savanea, you know, Grant, we got what we wanted. This is what we wanted. We wanted to solidify the trenches, and that's what we did. And then some, you know, Jordan Phillips, you know, backup depth. Linebacking core looks a little bit more organized than it was in the past 3 years, you know, which I like to see. Everybody's worried about the safety position, but you know what? I like Campbell, you know. And then, you know, the other three guys we got from Detroit, and I forgot who else we got. There was Burns, I believe, but
yeah, I like the running back that we got. He's a good power back.
Ollie, you know, we got good offensive depth from the running back core. You know, McDaniel loves his running backs. He's got at least what four deep. So, like I said, it's all up to the third wave in free agency. See what happens. See who gets released, and then we start poaching, or people will poach us, and then we'll start seeing the picture, you know, more clear. But as far as like the draft, man, you know, I had no complaints, man. I was really happy about Savanea. So,
yeah,
you know, if we're gonna do this, let's do it right with a good offensive line, man. You know.
Look, at the end of the day, I think one of the reasons why you should, even if you don't believe in Tua, you should build up the trenches, because let's say he does fail, right? We took away his excuses. Now he has a good line. Now we know that he's good. The next quarterback is going to benefit from that good offensive line, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember the Steelers. The Steelers were making deep playoff runs. They're going to AFC championships. Bill Cowher couldn't get over the hump. They drafted Big Ben, and boom, they got over that hump. You know?
Yeah, man. You know, hopefully he gets over the hump with you know, decision making, holding on to the ball, and we'll be all right, man.
Dolphin Don, what's going on, Dolphin Don?
That's my man, Dolphin Don. Yeah, man. I really want to go to the Carolina game. That's one game, you know, that's at least distance for me to try to go. And, you know, it'll be what, week 5. We'll find out where we're at that point. And then hopefully we'll be above 500 by then. But I gotta at least go to one out.
I want to show you something that's going to depress you a little bit. It's going to depress me too. But I'll listen. Remember how we talking about the other sports teams in Florida? Look, this is not the other teams in South Florida. I'm gonna bring up the whole state of Florida. Let's check this out. In the 30 years, right? 30 years, 3 playoff wins. In let's say 35 years, we have 3 playoff wins, right? In 30 years, we have 3 playoff wins in 30 years. The Panthers have 2 titles. Lightning have 3 titles. Mets have 2 titles. Rays have been to 2 World Series. The Jacksonville Jaguars has been to 1 championship. I think that one's a little lie, but 3 titles for the Orlando Magic has been to 2 finals, and then of course the Buccaneers have 2 championships. So, in other words, we're the worst team in the state. Dolphins are the worst franchise in the state. Not just the let that sink in.
Wow. That's a lot to digest right there, man. But
What's
the only thing. Who's that, Lou? What's good, Lou?
Salute to you, brother.
Man, bro. Let's pick up, bro. Check them out, man. They got good content, man.
Another channel, man. Listen, that's another channel that's come out, man. That's amazing. I love Lou and I love the Blitz pickup.
They're starting to grow too. Now they got more people joining. To the point now where it's like, that's what you want to see, man. That's exactly what you want to see, man.
And you know what? Another person who's got his own channel. I've always told him he needs his own channel because he likes he wanted to always control the narrative. I said, well, get your own channel. I'll support you. And sure enough, he finally did. My man Pete. And I always hit the like button. Even if I don't watch, bro, I always go and hit the like button for the man. You know what I'm saying? And the thing I like about Pete is the fact that, listen, he stays. He's convicted in his beliefs. Good, right or wrong. He listen. This is how I feel, and you're not gonna take me off that square, and you gotta respect that.
Yeah, bro. That's one guy, bro. You know how I feel about that man, bro. That man pretty much called it out when people started flip flopping. He invented the flip flopping phrase, bro. It's like, bro, enough is enough. I respect that. That guy's, it's you, him, a very few that we saw, on Larry's channel over on Larry L on Fin panel.
Yeah, Lewis was on there too. Lewis was on there. Crypto was
bro.
Reason she used to pop up from time to time.
TD used to go.
Yeah.
Everybody. CB, Master at Work. Everybody, bro. Didn't matter if you were a Bills fan, Patriots fan, bro. Jets fan, everybody, bro.
And that's the thing that people don't understand about how important TD Finstock was. I think he's the one who planted the seed, and freaking the Dolphins community sprouted through that. I mean, even though there was Dudley Do Wrong, but Dudley Do Wrong, and there's no shit at Dudley Do Wrong. I think he does amazing content, but I think it was TD that ushered in the Dolphins community to where it is.
Bro.
Now, you know
everybody wanted to get some type of picking his brain type of knowledge. They all went to him, bro, and they all blossomed, man. You know what I mean? You gotta love that man, bro. Gotta love that man, bro.
Yeah,
what he's doing now with Omar and Poupart, that might not be it. It might be more. And that's what we wanted. We wanted to see both sides of the spectrum, from the media and from the fans, man. And that's great to see, man. Some people might not like it, but at the same time, if you got questions, they're right there to answer. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The one thing about the difference between, again, TD is he actually is from South Florida, the South Florida community, where a lot of these they're not from the area, you know.
Yeah, man. I think my cousin told me he used to play ball with Omar and Perk over in Norland. So Omar and Perk, their home team, bro.
And I'm gonna meet this man in Indy, the biggest Tua fan right here, Scott Jackson. Not messing with Scott Jackson. But yeah, dude.
Man.
What game? So what about the Atlanta game? How come you didn't want to go? You don't want to go to the Atlanta game?
Nah, man. Like I said, if I'm gonna go, it's gonna be like maybe one thing. I don't really go. I don't like to travel that much, man. I'm more of an introvert. I don't really, me and planes don't get along.
Yeah, I feel you. This is like I might fly to Atlanta. This is only like an hour and a half, and then it's like an hour.
If it was like a second round in the playoff type of scenario where we had to win elimination on the road, then I make an exception for that. Yeah, for the most part, the schedule is nothing really. I'd rather do at home than go out. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. Listen, you could drink all you want. You could have food, and you're in the best seats in the house. You watch it. That's how Larry L was. And Larry L didn't like to go watch the games either. He'd rather stay at home.
Yeah, bro. Larry used to come down for a little while, chill. But he knew it, man. He's like, man, this is once in a while. I'm not going to be coming down for all the rest of the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I miss that guy, man. K Flexing, I miss that guy too, bro. I missed him, man. All those guys, bro. Great one.
And you want to think about Great One?
Hey, I saw him not too long ago on here. I want to say like last November I saw him on here.
Well, he was on TFTG. I'm gonna bring him up. I'll make time for him. Hopefully he'll make an appearance.
Yeah, that's my dude, bro. Bro, that's my man, bro.
Love Great Wonder Boy, man. He was one of the first. Him on the Finn side, which they're no longer around. Remember on the Finn side?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. They used to be Cat and
Paul Pickens.
Paul Pickens, El Otro Tipo Paul. Yeah, that's right, bro. Man, they were old school, bro. They were real old school.
Man, this dude right here, my West Coast Dolphin fan, West Side, is going to be in the blender, man. He had a bad incident with some rum, and hey, man, he's off the machine, and hopefully sooner rather than later, man, he will be in the blender, man. This is one of the
GOAT, bro. The GOAT, bro.
I'm excited. Also, man, I'm reaching out. I reached out. You know what? I reached out to Ace Perhead. Hopefully I can get him on here as well.
Yeah, he's good people, bro. He's real good people.
Yeah. He's another.
El Otro Tipo también. Bro, this guy be getting a lot of good stuff. George, Finn's Faithful podcast, bro. He'd be there with Sarni, bro. They be getting good content, bro.
Jason Sarni from New York, another good one from New York. You know what I mean? I met him in person. He was a lot on. He appeared a lot on the on Miami Sports
Music, yeah. Cock blockers, yeah.
Yeah, and he was on Dolphins Talk for a little bit. Which, by the way, I had Mike Oliva on the show last year, which was awesome.
Yeah, I love Mike. Mike does his stuff hard, rough and raw. If you don't like it, too bad.
He told me, he said one of the reasons he came on the show was because he saw me in the chat and he saw that I supported him, so he wanted to return the favor.
No, bro, he's good. He's good people. He's real good people. He's real good people. Him and Big E, bro. Shout out to Big E too, bro.
Big E too, man. I hope he finds the liver transplant. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get Lisa on, but se complicó la cosa. So you know what I'm saying? Might have to do that for next season. But I love Lisa, the fan of the year. She's an amazing human being. I'm still hoping to one day get her on here.
Hey, did they
By the
ever
way,
have somebody else after her?
hmm?
Did they ever have somebody else after Lisa?
Oh, next year.
Hmm.
So it's the fans of the year are who's that? It's Big E, NorCal, um, Ali Dolph Freaky, who's on this show.
The Freaky,
Um,
yeah.
some other dude, I can't remember his name, and then Lisa. So next year is going to be another one, and the best part is, no fan of the year can be duplicate. So once you're a fan of the year one year, that's it. That's it. You can't be a fan of the year the next year.
Yeah, bro. There was that one guy I used to see on Los Hellfins, bro. I think he got like international fan of the year for the Dolphins one time. I forgot his name though.
Yeah, I don't
Shout out to him too.
I don't see them anymore because I don't think Miami sports ever since Stevie D left. I don't think I see them on the you know,
Everybody went independent.
pretty much, and I don't see them anymore. I wish I did watch them. They were pretty cool, man, to see, you know, some Spanish speaking Dolphin fans.
No, it was Paris. Paris used to be on there too.
Paris Love was on here a couple of weeks ago.
No, that's the El Otro Paris, the Spanish guy.
Okay. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, Paris Love too. Yeah, he'd be with Papa Paul and Winners.
Yeah, he was on here, man. Dude, I'm still
Shout out to
hoping on
Paris,
Vince
bro.
too, man. But I hope Vince is okay, man. And you know, Vince. I don't know if you know Vince. He's always got the.
He used to be with Batman.
Yeah, and that's another dude that doesn't do shows anymore. Which I hope he does. He's one of the look out of all the Stephen D. Great Wonder War that never, actually Paul. There's two people that I would like to see come back. And that's on the Finn side and Batman. I love Batman.
Yeah, bro.
Batman used to love to get on the. He was like Pete, but on the Tua side. You had one side of the Tua spectrum, which was Batman, and the other side, which was you could say so. You could say Pete was like his Joker in a way.
They completed each other.
Hell yeah, that was. I used to love when they were on the when Pete was on the Phin-Addict. That was hilarious. I mean, that dude. I thought my show was chaos, but holy crap! That was. I mean, that was. Remember the iconic show where Crypto told D1, he goes, "Well, come and abort me then."
Oh, God. Yeah, man. Used to be what Chachi, Gio, everybody, bro.
So, man, what are your? I think this is the one year that I think there's a lot of Dolphin fans that are not optimistic about this season. And
Well, rightfully so. Rightfully so. I don't blame anybody for feeling the way that they feel, regardless if it's a good outcome with a positive vibe or, you know, I'm done with this bleep, you know, like, you know, I'm on my last, you know, string of nerve with the organization, you know, shit, whatever the way you feel, bro, I understand and I get it. But at the same time, when this.
Let me ask you personally, because this is your show. You know what I'm saying? This is the Cat for Life show. What is your feelings of this show? You don't have to hold back. What is your feelings of not the show, but what is your feelings of this season? Tell me how you feel.
I feel like McDaniel said, nobody gives a shit how I feel. Mm-hmm. Like, just win. That's it. Nobody gives a bleep about how I feel, about who them feeling, what feel here, feel there. Feelings are done. Yeah. Like Lewis said, it's all the feelings. Bye. Yeah, no more. Done. If we're talking about culture and we're going to establish a new culture, forget about feelings. You start worrying about completing your mission and you just do it, bro. That's it. Like, that's it. You know, we've seen all these guys grow up. It's time. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody got paid. That's it. Got to do it. That's it.
This is Mike McDaniel's 4th year. and this is their second year with a defense. See, the one thing they always all the excuses are gone because they have 4 years under the same offense, and this is their second year with the same defense. So there's continuity. There's continuity here on both sides of the football, and there's roster turnover every year on every team. You know what I'm saying? So they have to. I think all the excuses are gone.
They got to figure it out, man. That's it. Even if it's around, a hole going through a square peg, try to file it and figure out how to make a diamond out of it, man, and make that thing fit and work. Because now, you can't say it's the quarterback, you can't say it's the running back, you can't say it's the wide receiver, the tight end. We're trying to figure out, but you can't say it's really him either because last year he produced. So the offense is ready. Offensive line, we're trying to figure it out. Defense is good to go. The secondary, we'll figure it out. But for me to say, how I feel about this and how I feel about that, nah. That ship don't sail. The sympathy card has expired. That's it. Focus on football, and that's it. Faith, family, football at this point. If you're a Dolphin player, bro, stick to the playbook. Try to stay off South Beach. Try to stay out of Fort Lauderdale. If I'm just personally speaking from a professional standpoint.
So check this out. And one thing I want to see in training camp. Now, training camp, I would like, there's no excuse for the wide receivers not to go off this year in training camp because of the secondary we have. So let's say, for instance, if the wide receivers are not lighting up training camp, it could be two things. Either the secondary is better than we thought, or the wide receivers are taking a step back. Which do you think is the more likely scenario, in your opinion?
I mean, we're supposed to have the best of the best at receiver. So I would think that would be the upper hand leverage would be
That's what I'm saying. If the secondary isn't lighting it up because we're playing, dude, most of our secondary won't even make a third string roster on most teams, let alone the starting roster. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, if you can go against those two guys, then I don't want to say cliche, then you can compete with everybody else. But if you can keep up with those two guys in camp, which we're going to find out right now, next couple of months, then, because we'll find out real quick. That this community will find out, bro. They got shadow watchers out there at camp too, man, watching, man. They know who's producing, who's not, who's being benched, who's first, who's second. We'll find out real quick, man. So, and then we'll find out as well who's doing good. So that's the one thing of having boots on the ground, All
right, so let me ask you these two questions, one for defense and one for offense. And on defense, what position group are you most confident with, and which position has you nervous?
All right. The one that I am most confident in right now, and it's just I know he's not signed, but something tells me that even with the position, we're gonna find something, because right now the position right now is being focused on way too much is tight end. I think we're gonna flourish at tight end, regardless of what happens with John. If he stays and tries to prove something with a new contract, or if we get somebody else, I think the person we're gonna get is gonna step right in, because the numbers don't lie. Last season, using a tight end, this offense flourished, man. So. Yeah, man, I think the one that's is gonna probably be a question mark for me right now is probably center. I have to see Brewer do it again.
Yeah,
I have to see him do it again.
They got Eichenberg taking backup snaps.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say he's a starter right now, and you can't really put all of the emphasis on Eichenberg right now. But Brewer's starting, and the knack on him last season was staying healthy too. So I mean.
What's up?
I just got to see. So, Southside. Just got to see that happen, man. I got to see that offensive line healthy throughout the full season, man. I'm done with the offensive line excuses, team.
Well, everybody's saying, well, in Butch Berry we trust. In Butch Berry we trust because we do have an offensive line coach, and don't forget that the offensive coordinator is a great offensive line coach himself. I can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. You know what I'm talking about? Who's the offensive line coach? I'm not the offensive line coach. The offensive coordinator by title, because technically, you know, it's Mike McDaniel who's the OC, but he's the offensive.
They got what? They got Slowick. They got Bevel, and Smith. No.
Yeah, Smith. Yeah, Smith. I forgot what his first name is.
Yeah. Got a lot of people in that quarterback room.
And you know, Coach also says what's more concerning is the secondary.
Look, everybody knows it. That's why I didn't say it at first, because it'd be too obvious to say it. But
yeah, that's low-hanging fruit, right?
You know what I mean? Like I'm hearing the complete opposite about what I'm hearing from camp. So it's like I got to see it in the preseason. I got to hear these names. I got to hear them, even if it's in bad terms. I got to hear it, because right now it's like, from what I'm hearing, it's good. I'm hearing, you know, White Lightning's doing stuff. I'm hearing Storm Duck's doing good. I'm hearing, you know, they're getting picks. You know, so it's like I got to see it, man. I got to see it. But I think that for the most part, the focus really shouldn't be on the secondary right now until we see something during the preseason.
Mario Swain was coming in with, our secondary wasn't that great with Howard.
That's, you know, he was hurt a lot too, man. I get it, you know, but like I said, Cater, you try to see if you get something, you know, out of Cam Smith, because from what we're hearing from Kim Bocamper, he's, you know, practicing with the 3s and 4s right now. So it's like, crap, man.
And I'm glad you mentioned it. See, here's the thing about Kim Bocamper and Joe Rose. They're the only ones, because they have so much. They're so deep with the Miami Dolphins organizations. They're the only ones that can actually tell you how the sausage is being made, metaphorically speaking, and not have nothing happen to them. You know what I'm saying? They're the only ones that can actually speak how they truly feel. And you know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, if Omar or these other beat reporters would say what Kim Bocamper or Joe Rose is saying, they'll be on thin ice with the Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? I think Kim Bocamper. So if Kim Bocamper says it, he's one of those guys that's 100% unfiltered, like the late great Jim Mandich was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and they try to tell you in a certain way that things are going to be all right, even though they know it's not all right. And that's what you start to put one and one together. Like, damn, you know, something ain't right.
Yeah,
that's, you know,
like you remember that old I forgot who it was, but he was on the Joe Rose show, right? And Mike McDaniel's first year, I never forget. I forgot his name, but I never forget the fact that he's like, damn, this is the most unorganized offense he's ever seen, and everybody was trying to trash him. This was Mike McDaniel's first year, so it's like, you know what I mean. He's again, the people that were former players, and especially in the 1972 team or with the Killer Bees that have, you know, strong ties with the Miami Dolphins organization, they could kind of go unfiltered that way. You know what I mean? And speak without impunity. You know, with any. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
But hey, man, like the great one TD says, time shall tell, right?
Time always tells. Yep.
Yeah. So hey, check this out, man. We got some real quick before we get started. You know, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto is going to be in Miami. Did you know that there's a new character?
What is it, like Vice City 6? That's what it says now?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, come on. Oh, Lord.
Anyway, so I'm gonna throw up some pictures, right? You tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, all right?
Man. Construction.
By the way, that's the high school I graduated from. That building no longer exists. They demolished that building.
Yeah. That's pretty much the man. Popeyes.
At Popeyes, hell yeah.
Oh Lord.
Look at this, dog.
I used to get my
look at the sea. Even the damn litters. This was definitely taken on a Monday because they were closed on Mondays. So,
man, I'd get my tattoos, I'd get my haircuts, I'd get my jewelry, I'd get my socks.
Beepers, remember
that?
Oh
Lord, yeah, man.
Bootleg, you can get cologne, pretty much anything, man. Man, I used to love getting drunk on a Saturday and just chilling in the flea market, man. That was a spot to be back in the day, man. Growing up.
Now it's a Burlington coat factory. And they got like a Ross, a Burlington.
Speaking of Ross, what's the first thing when you think of it when you see this?
Oh man, Wingstop. Oh man. 91, 90, 92. Oh Lord. Boys and Clan.
Yeah, by the way, this is the This is the rapper I named myself after. This is JT Money. Shake Money, you know?
Yeah, man.
All right.
I remember, man. I remember those days, man.
By the way, if you had to pick, who do you think was a better duo? Jalen Warren, Tyreek Hill, or the Marx Brothers?
The Marx Brothers, bro. They got history. They got, okay. As much as I need to know, this is what I need to know. How many times did the Marx Brothers make it past the first round in the playoffs together with Marino?
Yeah, they made the Super Bowl, I believe. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, don't even. Oh my goodness.
Satan, huh?
Man, no comment. Man, Jimmy. Wow, Jimmy. That's a good one. Jimmy. I didn't have any problem with Jimmy. One word I would need for Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Culture. He established the defensive culture. Oh, this guy here. Oh man.
He makes me queasy, right?
Oh Lord. This guy here, Bullygate. Oh man. Legend. Middle finger.
Kimbo Camper?
Yeah. Ace Ventura. Oh man. This guy right here, man.
I think he's back to Baltimore. He should have stayed in Miami. Dolphins should have made a play at him. You know what I'm saying? But,
bro, I went to that playoff game in 2008, bro. He demolished us, destroyed us single-handedly, bro. I ended up getting his jersey that year, man. I had to. It's what he did for University of Miami too, bro. This guy here, University of Miami too. Oh man, one word for him. I mean, perseverance. He don't stop. He keeps going. He wants to keep playing.
Oh yeah. All right. So let me ask you this question: if Mike McDaniels doesn't make it this year, right? He has three options. He could be a McDonald's employee, Best Buy employee, or a Humpty Dump or a Digital Underground cover guy.
I mean, I don't know, because if he was rapping, he'll probably start talking for longer than he raps. So I don't think he'd do that. What was the other one? Best Buy and McDonald's? I would say a McDonald's, bro. I would say McDonald's because he would tell people where to be and what to do, and the food would be fresh.
Oh yeah. That's what's up, man. And remember, guys, the two flip flops are out of stock. No more flip flopping.
No, I tell you right now, bro. This is what I got right here. This right here, bro. The oos is loose, bro. Okay, the oos is loose. I'm making a complete. I'm making a complete WWE, bro. We're gonna do it this year, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Is that mural still up?
From what I hear, bro, they got a couple more coming out. Well, that's one thing about Wynwood, man. You can do with what they got, bro, and they're making beautiful work down there, bro. Those guys, they know how to do artwork down there, man.
For sure, man. So, all right, man. Last but not least, man, and once again, dude, listen, I appreciate you for all your support, whether it's here, whether it's on Finn's Tailgate. You know, you support even in the Twitter Spaces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. Heavy, man. Like I said, I'll be in this whip 24/7, bro, and I need to listen to you guys, bro. I need to hear the vibe, bro. Even if it's just me feeling one way or somebody feeling like me at the same time, if it's about the Dolphins, bro, I gotta hear what's going on, man. We gotta know the truth, bro. It's enough of the misfed information throughout the world, bro. It's like we gotta be on the same page when it comes to the Dolphin community right now, man. It's good to see it's starting to branch out.
Yeah, man. And by the way, it was devastating news when I heard about Todd Bruto. He was one of those members that we lost in the community. He was
man.
You would hear he would pop on Bleezy's channel, my channel. It doesn't matter. He would pop up. He was on the Phin-Addict. He was on Finside the NFL. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, man. It's he was on Larry's channel too. He was one of the ones I was talking about, man. That's not really around anymore, and now by the hand of God, bro, he's in a better place right now, man. Because that guy, he loved the Dolphins, man. He talked about the Dolphins like if it was, his childhood, dream, like. And that's, we see a lot of people pass away the past couple of years, man. The mayor, who else passed away? Man. Tuanon passed away, and who else passed away? A couple of people passed away, man, if I don't remember, but it's, you get stuck with these people, man, because you hear them talk about the Dolphins, and it's like, you don't forget that.
No doubt, man. And before we go, man, I want you to give me your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore again. It could be player, coach, owner, whatever you feel. It's your Mount Rushmore. Give it to me. Who are your four people that you're gonna put on the Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore, man?
Oh Lord, right now it'd be Shula, Zach Thomas, Ricky Williams, and the last one, man, the last one. Joe Rose.
Joe Rose? All right. That's what's up. Hey, Kosa, real quick, Kosa, put in the chat, who was your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore? Because I know you're not you don't like to get on panels, so let me know what's your. I'm curious now. What is your Miami Dolphins Mount Rushmore? If you can't put it in the chat, man. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting season, man. I'm not expecting too much, but so it's kind of, it could be either real good or real bad. And let's face it, I'm leaning more towards the real bad. But But man, listen, we've been wrong before, right?
Man, look, like I said, you show me somebody that's perfect, I'll bow before their feet, man. It's never gonna happen, man. Like I've been wrong majority of times, man, and it's it's a humbling feeling, man. So it's just like the question that you need to ask yourself: is it a scenario where would you gamble? Would you gamble? What type of gambling man are you this season?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that would answer your question right there. So you gotta go with your gut, but at the same time, I'm biased, man. I'm a masochist when it comes to this team.
You gotta realize there's hoping and there's betting on. You could hope, but would you bet on is a different scenario. We're gonna always hope that the Dolphins do well. We're gonna always hope that the Dolphins win the game, but we're not gonna always bet on it. You know what I mean? So there is a big difference. If you could always hope, but if you can't put your money where your mouth is, then you know what I'm saying? That tells me right there that there's doubt creeping in,
Yeah, man.
And either way, man, because look, I want you to think about this. Back in 2007, no one would bet that the freaking Giants would win the Super Bowl, especially being the freaking Patriots. They were 18-0. They were destroying teams by 40. Nobody thought, nobody would have bet that the Seahawks were going to destroy the Denver Broncos, that year. So, all right, there we go. Joe Robbie, Dan Marino, Nick Bonacani, OJ McDuffie, Zach Thomas. Not bad.
Yeah, that's more than 4.
Yeah, I'll do Zach Thomas as the honorable mention. Hey, by the way, OJ McDuffie was on here, so I love OJ McDuffie. He's probably gonna be on next.
Shout out to OJ. Shout out to OJ. Yeah. No, the one that I saw the other day on George's show was Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, people, Seth. What's his name from the Fish Tank?
Seth Levitt,
yeah. I saw him on there. I was giving him a hard time on there, but he's I think he's talking about that they're gonna start doing coverage pretty soon now in the next couple of weeks, hardcore now. So
check this out. Yeah, when this was after the Bills, after we lost to the Bills in that Monday, I think that's that primetime game Sunday night, and I also met right here.
There you go. Yeah, they're good people, man. They're good people. They had what was it? What was the other guy's name too? Man, I forgot this guy's name. Winfield. The other guy, Winfield too, también.
Yeah, listen, I'll tell you what. One thing I recommend, if you're a content creator, I think you're robbing yourself if you're not watching in the Fish Tank, because you get so many aspects of the game you get it from the players, you get it from the coaches aspects. He has media aspects. He has people that locker room. You know what I mean? Security. They give you. It's like you get to see the whole picture from every angle. It's like how all 22. You get to look at all 22 from different angles.
Yeah.
So that's how it is in the Fish Tank. They give you details and perspective from every possible angle. They had beat writers on there. They've had announcers on there. They've had, like I said, people that they're in charge of the locker rooms. They've had people, players, coaches, you name it, bro. And again, they're former players, current players, and it's giving you an aspect of every aspect of the Miami Dolphins, how it used to be and how it needs to be. Good show, man. So anyway, man, we're talking about this up. And once again, any final thoughts? Man, where can we find you, man? I guess I know you're kind of like Pete's insider information, right? You always, hey, Cat, what are you hearing? You're kind of like his.
Man. He calls me the Cat Report.
Yeah.
No, pretty much, man. Where you can find me. Huh?
Are you still blocked on? Are you blocked on Big O?
Yeah, man, freaking. I saw him on George's show too. I told him unblock me. We're trying to figure that out. But yeah, no, man. Just shout out to everybody out there in the chat, man. Shout out to all the content creators, man. And yeah, no, you know, you could pretty much find me in my car pretty much every day. That's about it, man.
And let me ask you this: who is your Mount Rushmore of YouTube content creators?
Oh, you putting me on a spot. Last time you did that, bro. Okay, look.
Hey, listen, you got more time to think now.
No, I mean 4. I'm not gonna do it. Who was a Costa put like 7 or 8 and shit. All right, so I'm gonna put all right. It's gonna be Larry L.
Larry L. Okay.
TD. The Fence Tailgate. And number 4. Man, number 4.
I like
it'd be Bobby. Fin Sports Talk Network.
Oh yeah, and he also does wrestling talk too on his network too. So
no, Bobby, man, Bobby's a hustler, bro. Bobby's got guys out there doing a lot of content for him in each avenue of sports right now. So if you guys have the itch for wrestling, baseball, fantasy, I mean, Dolphin talk, I mean, he's covering he's trying to cover all the bases. He has hockey now with you know,
Malloy on there too, Steve Malloy.
I mean, Steve Malloy, man. I mean, he usually feels like he has his own network, man. He's everywhere too. But Steve's out there too, doing channels. I think on Tuesdays, he's got the Rant channel as episode as well. Man, I forget, man. But yeah, Bobby's doing a lot of stuff, man. A lot of guys are branching out too from Bobby's aspect. So shout out to Bobby. But yeah, that'd be my Mount Rushmore, man.
You know what I miss? I miss Dolphins Thirsty. I haven't seen. He was on the show last year. I miss Dolphins Thirsty, man. I hope he comes back.
I saw him. He said he's just chilling, taking a break right now, man. So I think there's like a lot of guys that I know, man. Hey, personally, like me too. Like I said, in the spaces, I told everybody I'll be back by the beginning of the season. And I think that's what everybody else is doing right now. Everybody's just taking a break.
Yeah, that's what Larry K does. Usually don't see him in the off season. But he'll be back heavy once it comes season. So anyway, man, we about to hang out backstage for a little bit, and hey, don't forget, man. Tonight, TMI Thursday, we are celebrating the Juneteenth episode. Happy Juneteenth, everybody! Happy Juneteenth. I forgot to mention that. We are going to be we're going to be discussing Juneteenth on TMI Thursday. So, and like I said, hang with me backstage, and we'll have this. And thank you everybody who came through, who watches the replay, man. And I appreciate y'all, man. But man, we're almost done with season 3, man. And this is one of my favorite things to do. I have so much joy doing this, man. Especially when I get to talk with people like yourself and all the guests who giving me some of their time so they could, you know, bullshit with me here back and forth. So with that being said, man, everybody, y'all have a blessed evening, and fins up.
I know you heard me on the radio, flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio, flexing. She loved the sound of my voice, it's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K.